Hi, it's Jerry Norton, and over the past 15 years, I've done hundreds of fix and flip projects with none of my own money to fund the deals. And I would not have been able to do it or continue to do it without private money lenders. So in today's video, I want to share with you exactly how I raised over $1 million in private money in my first year fixing and flipping houses without any experience, and how you can do the same. You're also going to learn how to get private money lenders to give you 3 times as much money for your deals. All of that and more coming up. Hi, it's Jerry Norton. If you're new here to make more money in less time flipping real estate so you can live your dream life, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. Now, when I refer to private money to flip houses, I'm talking about individuals who have investment funds either in savings or self-directed from a retirement account. These are individuals who are looking for a safer, more secure return on their money, and I put a lot of attention in my real estate business to raise private money. Now, I don't like to use my own money for deals and typically use a combination of hard money and private money to fund my deals 100%. If you'd like to learn how you can fund the purchase and the repairs to fix and flip houses with none of your own money and regardless of your credit, I'll put a link to a video you can watch later in the description box below. So let me share with you what I did when I first got started. I didn't have any experience or any track record, and then how I continued to raise private money over the years. Now, when you first get started, money for real estate deals is like the chicken before the egg. Private money lenders don't want to give you money unless you have experience, and you can't get experience without money to fund deals. This makes it challenging, and that was the case when I first got started fixing and flipping houses. To overcome it, I made a goal to raise $1 million by finding 10 private investors that each would lend me $100,000 to do deals. At the time, my average fix and flip deal in the suburbs of Detroit was to buy it for $75,000, rehab for $25,000, and then I'd sell it for around $140,000. So after commissions and closing costs, I'd make on average $25,000 to $30,000 per flip, and I do it in 90 to 120 days. Now, I made a goal to meet in person with someone once a week who I thought might have money and might consider lending it to me for deals. Usually I had to talk to 5 to 10 people to get one that would be open to meeting for lunch to discuss. It didn't happen all at once, but over the course of a year, I was able to raise over $1 million in private money for deals. Now keep in mind, I was turning the deals every 120 days. That means I could do 3 deals a year with the same money. Think about that. I borrow $100,000 to do a deal, and then I flip it in 120 days. Then I use the same $100,000 to do a new deal, and then I do that again another time for 3 times with the same money in 1 year. That means over the course of a year, $1 million was really worth $3 million to me as far as doing deals was concerned. So how did I raise $1 million without experience and without a track record? I did 3 things. First, I was confident in myself and in my deals. I knew I could do it, and that came across in how I presented myself and my deals. Number 2, I over-delivered on due diligence. When I sat down with a potential money investor, I showed them pictures and comps and a breakdown of repairs. I wanted to make sure that if someone had the money, they could plainly see that I had a safe deal to lend on. And number 3, I offered to make them an equity partner on the deal by giving them 50% of the profit. Now, this turned out to be a really smart decision in the beginning, because in return for getting 50% of the profit, they gave me 100% of the capital needed for the deals, and I didn't have to make monthly interest payments. And today I still use equity partners on my multi-million dollar high-end deals, but on smaller size deals, I don't offer equity and instead use debt investors, where I just pay the investor interest on the money borrowed. Now let me share with you a really cool technique that has allowed me to raise 3 times as much money from private lenders. When I'm talking to a potential money investor, at some point the conversation turns to how much they will earn lending me their money. So I offer a tiered interest payment structure that looks like this. If they lend me under $100,000, I pay 8% interest. If they lend me $100,000 to $300,000, I bump the interest rate to 10%. And if they lend me over $300,000, I bump it again, this time to 12%. Now I found that in most cases, if they have the funds available, they'll lend me more money to get the higher rate. Just this week, I secured a new private lender that was referred to me by a longtime private lender who's been lending me money for over 10 years. He started out comfortable with $100,000, but after I explained the tiered interest structure, he decided to lend me $300,000 on deals instead of $100,000 so he could get the 12% interest rate. One other really cool technique I offer only after they've committed to lend me money is to bump the rate 1% higher if they'll defer payments until I close on the sale of the flip. That means the interest accrues and is paid off along with the principal once I resell the property. That way I don't have to make the monthly payments. For example, if a private lender agreed to lend me $75,000 at 8%, after committing, I'd offer the following. To make things easier on my bookkeeper and accounting, if you'll agree to defer the interest payments until I resell the property, I'll bump the rate from 8% to 9% interest. That means at the time of closing, I'll pay back the principal and all of the accrued interest. Now, 9 times out of 10, they take the deal. And to help you raise more money and faster, I'm gonna give you my free private lender credibility packet, which breaks down the 6 steps to borrow private money, and also my private money lead sheet, which has over 25 questions to ask every lender when you borrow money. And to get this for free, just click the link in the description. Now, I hope you learned something on this video. If you did, hit that like button and leave a comment and share with me the following affirmation. Jerry, just like you did, I will raise $1 million in private money so I can flip houses with 100% funding and live my dream life. I'd love to hear from you, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm dedicated to helping you make more money in less time flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Do that now, and I'll see you on the next video.